Hello, my name is Dr. Linda Gorman, and I'm a neuroscientist. Neuroscience, that's a really big word, but a neuroscientist is a person who knows a lot about the brain, which we see in this picture here. I'm here today to talk to you about how you can make your brain healthy, which means feeling good. It's really easy and anyone can do it. I love to talk about brain health because it's spectacular. Spectacular means great. When your brain is spectacular, you're a happy and healthy person. This is a brain fact story. We have to know and understand some things about our brain if we're going to understand how we can keep our brain healthy. So if I'm a neuroscientist, that means I study the brain. But lately I've been thinking, do I know that I really do have a brain? If I study the brain, I need to make sure that I have a brain. That's what I need you to help me with. I need you to find out if I really do have a brain. So let's think about this. So a neuroscientist studies the brain, but how do I know that I, or you, or any of us has a brain? Let's see. If I can see something, that means I have it, right? Okay, what do you see with? That's right, you see with your eyes. Let's see what your eyes can see. One of the things that I can see with my eyes are my hands. I know I have hands. I can see my hands. I see that my hands have fingers. I can wiggle my fingers. Do you have hands and fingers? Of course you do. Hold up your hands and fingers and wiggle them if you have them. Do you see hands and fingers here? Of course you do. These children have hands and fingers. We can see our hands and we can see our fingers and we can see hands and fingers on these children. So we know that we have hands and fingers. Okay, so if I can see something, that means I know I have it. Can I see my brain? Can you guys see my brain? Where's my brain supposed to be? Does anyone know? What do you think? Where's my brain supposed to be? My head. My brain is supposed to be in my head. So let me see. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to need some help to see my head. What can I use to see my head? I know. Mirrors. I can use a mirror to see my head. So if I look in the mirror, I can see my head, but can I see my brain? No, I can't. Can you see my brain? No, you can't see it either. Can you see your brain? Oops, you don't have a mirror. Why don't you look at your friend next to you or look at somebody that's in the room with you? Do they have a brain? Can you see their brain? No, you can't see it. You can see their head, right? They have a head, and our brain is supposed to be in our head, but we can't see our brain. No brains, just heads. Okay, so I know my brain is supposed to be in my head. I can see my head, but I can't see my brain. Oh my heavens, maybe we don't have brains. I'm a neuroscientist, and a neuroscientist, they study brains. So the question still is, do I really have a brain? Okay, I can't see my brain, but what if I can feel it? What if I can touch it? You said my brain was in my head. I can feel my head. Can you feel your brain? Can you use your fingers and feel your brain? Okay, I can see my head, but I can't see my brain. But if I can feel something, then I know that it's there. Is there something that I cannot see, but I can feel? Muscles. I'm supposed to have muscles. I'm looking at my arm. Can you look at your arm? Do you see any muscles? Wait a minute. If we took away your skin and then your muscles would look like this picture. That would be really gross. Wait a minute, let's look at these guys. There's Spider-Man and there's the Hulk. They have muscles. My muscles don't look like that. Wait a minute. One of the things that I can do is I can flex my muscle. That means I can make a fist and try to see my muscle. Go ahead, make a fist and see if you can see your muscles. You can see a bump going there, but you don't actually see muscle. Let's feel it. Wait, I can feel my muscle. My muscles make my arm hard. Now you do it. Do you have muscles? Can you feel them? You really can't see them, although they do change the shape of your arm, but you can't actually see them because your skin is there. So we can kind of see our muscles because we can see that our arm makes a big bump when we make a fist and pull our arm in, but we can definitely feel our muscles. So, can I feel my brain? I couldn't really see my muscles because I have skin on my arm, but I could see that kind of see it because there's a bump, but I could definitely feel my muscles. So you said that my brain was in my head. So can I feel my brain? Let me start feeling my head. I can't feel it. I can feel my hair. I can feel my hard head, but my brain, it's not going to be hard like a muscle. Actually, your brains are kind of squishy. Do you feel anything squishy on your head? No. So what does that mean? Does that mean that I don't have a brain? Okay, I know I can't see my brain. I couldn't feel my brain. Could you feel your brain? Oh my heavens, maybe we don't have brains. A neuroscientist, they study brains. How can I be a neuroscientist and study the brain if we can't see our brain or feel our brain? So the question is, do I really have a brain? Okay, let me think about this. I can't see my brain. I can't feel my brain. Do I have a brain? I'm a neuroscientist. If I'm a neuroscientist, I need a brain to study. Oh no, what am I going to do? Let me think. Wait a minute. I may not be able to see my brain. I may not be able to feel my brain, but I have an idea. What is a brain supposed to do? Think. A brain is supposed to help you think. So if I can think, I must have a brain. Can you guys think? Let's try something. Okay, I need everyone to close your eyes or cover your eyes. Now, I want you to think. And I want you to think about an apple. Close your eyes. Think about an apple. Okay, now look at these pictures. Did anyone think about something that looks like these? Okay, good. We could all think about apples. If a brain is supposed to help me think, and we could think about apples, even though we couldn't see or feel the apples, can you see or feel the apples in your head? Nope, but I can think about them. And my apple, it actually looked like that red one that's in there. What did your apple look like? Okay, so I couldn't see the apple, I couldn't feel the apple, but I could think about the apple. And brains are supposed to help us think. So we were able to think. So if we need our brains to think, wait a minute, that must mean we do have a brain if we can think. Okay, let's try to think again. We need to think if we're going to add things together, right? We need to think. Okay, so now if I say what is 1 plus 1 equals, so if I have one finger and another finger, How many fingers do I have? What would you say? Would you say 2? That's right. We could think about what the answer is. And if we need to be able to think to add something together, and we just added 1 finger plus another finger, and we got 2 fingers, then we were able to think. So if a brain is supposed to think and we can think, then we really might have a brain. Okay, one more try. Let's think. If I say A, B, C, D, and then ask what comes next, you would say the next letter is E. That's right. You had to think about that. You had to know that after A comes B, after B comes C, after C comes D, and then after D comes E. Yay! We can think. We really must have brains. So, I may not be able to see my brain. I may not be able to feel my brain, but I know that your brain is supposed to help you think. And if we can think, that must mean we have a brain. And I'm a neuroscientist and I need a brain to study brains. So I'm so happy because now I know that we do have brains. If you can think, you have a brain. So that means that if you can think about an apple when you can't see it, you have a brain. If you can add numbers together, 1 plus 1 equals 2, you have a brain. If I say A, B, C, D, and then say what comes next, you know it's E. That means you have a brain, and I have a brain, and we all have brains, and as a neuroscientist, that means that I can study those brains. So thank you all for helping me today. And if anyone asks you, do you really have a brain? Then you can say yes. Yay, I'm so happy because I'm a neuroscientist, and a neuroscientist has to be able to study brains. And I now know that I have a brain and you have a brain, so I can study those brains. I've enjoyed spending time with you talking about the brain. I hope that you had some fun and learned something about your brain. Remember, if someone asks you if you really have a brain, even if you can't see it or feel it, you're using it all the time because you're thinking. So we really do have brains. And that's good news for me because as a neuroscientist, it's my job to study brains. Thank you so much for all your help. And thank you because now we know that yes, neuroscientists have brains, you have brains, we all have brains, even though we can't see those brains or even though we can't feel those brains. And we know that keeping our brain happy, keeping our brain healthy, that is spectacular. Thank you for all of your help. Brain health is not just spectacular, it's also fun. And I'd also like to thank the people at Johns Hopkins University, especially their president, Ronald Daniels, who is helping us to put together this Making Neuroscience Fun Brain Health It's Spectacular program.